news! Canada's recession is over and the economy is looking up in 2016. That was the message from Carlos Gomez, senior economist with Scotiabank, in an economic outlook presentation at this year's Surface Transportation Summit. Gomez said that even though the conditions of the Canadian economy weren't looking so well in the first half of the year, mainly because of the decline in the oil and gas industry, that things would be turning around in 2016 because of Canada's improved employment picture and strong consumer spending. Have a look.
However, as we do look into 2016, we are expecting things to improve. Similarly to what we talked about, consumer spending, which has moderated a little bit, is likely to strengthen. If we look across Canada this year, we're having record vehicle sales. So yes, Alberta is down, probably about 9%, but across all of Canada, outside of Alberta, vehicle sales have climbed, and they're at record highs. Housing market is very strong across Canada. And if we look at the employment picture, it's actually improved overall this year. A little bit of a stronger growth than was the case last year. So that's setting up the conditions for improvement across Canada as we move into next year. So our outlook is this year, Canada slows to a little bit over 1%. From an excess of 2% last year. And as we go through, or we shift over into next year, probably closer to 1.7%. Our normal tends to be probably closer to 2.5%, but probably close to 1 percentage point better than what we're doing this year.
Switching gears and looking at capacity, Walter Spracklin, equity research analyst at RBC Capital Markets, predicted that capacity could tighten because of the driver shortage.
For trucking, it will be a demand factor, and demand will be an important driver of how much of that capacity gets soaked up. And then you all have the labor shortage that we as outsiders looking in are all told about and aware of. I don't ever really see it permeate into a strong pricing environment yet, but I think it's because we haven't seen that demand come in, soak up the excess capacity. Because let's face it, you only know you need a driver is when you get a load, and if you don't have that load, we don't realize we need the driver. So when that demand comes in, I think that driver shortage will start to crop up as a constraining factor for capacity, and hopefully for your businesses, that means higher pricing going forward.
Stay tuned to TMTV for more Surface Transportation Summit recap videos, and be sure to mark down Thursday, October 13th, 2016 in your calendars for next year's summit.